without any further delay, I want to tell you that we have a very exciting day for you, because we truly believe that this is a landmark day in satellite data communications, because today we are announcing the world's largest and fastest satellite internet data communications network. That's a bit of a mouthful, but why is it the largest? It's the largest because we have built a network in the Americas which has 400 gigabits per second of capacity, and the anchor for that is the EchoStar 19 satellite that we launched in December of last year, and the team has been very busy for the last couple of months finishing the in-orbit testing, finishing the system testing, and we're at the point now where we are literally bringing that into service, and we're going to start taking orders in our consumer business on March the 16th. So EchoStar 19 is the anchor. It is used in conjunction with our Jupiter satellite system. And when we put those two things together, again, we have something which is very unique. The system will be operating with carrier speeds in excess of 1 gigabit per second. We have built most of 49 gateways. There's a couple that are still being commissioned. 49 gateways in multiple countries to support the network. As you know, we already have 1 million subscribers, and we're going to use this network to push on beyond that. Let's look at the footprint. This is our Americas network. EchoStar 19 gives us comprehensive coverage of the United States. It also has coverage of Canada and Mexico, and Panama and Cuba. We are using it in conjunction with EchoStar 17, which we've been using for some time. And in addition to that, we are using it with EchoStar, with a satellite, a hosted payload on a Hughesnet satellite at 65 West. And we have one final part of the jigsaw which will launch next year, which is a hosted payload on a Telesat satellite T19, which is going to be at 63 West. We build all that together, and we have a very large and very comprehensive footprint of the major markets, literally across the Americas. I talked about the Jupiter system, and the Jupiter system is vital. It's what, we talk a lot about satellites, and satellites are exciting things because you can see them being launched, you can see them being built, etc. But the real power of the satellite comes in the system that we put together to use it. And our Jupiter system is a tremendous leading edge satellite data communication system. It has we make our own ASICs, and the Jupiter system, the heart of the Jupiter system in the user terminals is the chip, system on a chip. We've incorporated in that the latest DVB-S2X technology. We are the first company to put DVB-S2X technology into service. We are using wideband carriers. Wideband carriers gives us tremendous efficiency for the sort of markets that we serve, particularly the consumer market, the mass market. It's, again, a very powerful chip, multi-processors, integrated QoS management, and many other things. So we have a tremendously powerful system. And as I say, the carriers are working at over 1 gigabit per second, but the user terminals are also very powerful. And what we have here is a picture of the user terminal. You can see the terminal itself is sitting over here, and it is an evolution of the Jupiter terminals we've already built. We've already built 2 million of them, so we know how to build them, we know how to build them reliably. This particular terminal is capable of delivering 100 megabits per second onto the user LAN. So again, that is a very high data rate. And the good thing is, it's here and it's now and it's live. And so the next thing that we would like to do for you is to show you a demonstration of the system in operation. So we're using EchoStar 19. For those of you who understand these things, We have 750 feet of cable between here and the roof. It's normally a pretty challenging environment, but we have this operating here. We're live on the internet through the Jupiter 2 system. And Darren is going to help me to do the speed test. So we have, we're on speedtest.net. Occasionally, as you know, the speed test sites themselves gives a little bit of a problem, but let's begin the test. And the first thing that we're going to do in the test here is a ping. So if you look on the top, the left-hand side, the speed test site does multiple pings, and then it's going to give us an average result in a moment. So we're doing the ping tests, and the first thing is we're getting a ping at about 628 milliseconds, which, again, for those of you who understand, the satellite industry is pretty good level. We're now doing the download test, and we're about halfway through. You can see that we're cranking up. We're over 100 megabits per second. And again, I emphasize this is live over the air, 750 feet of cable going back to a server in San Diego. We cranked it in at just under 100 megabits per second. That's actually the slowest of the day. The fastest of the day was 118 megabits per second we had when we had the commissioner in here earlier on. We're now doing the upload test, and we're cranking it out there. We've got over 15 megabits per second so far in the upload. So we've ended up with a test at 100 megabits per second down and 16.5 megabits per second up. So again, this is live, this is real. We have a tremendously powerful system that's working in the context of a network that covers all of the main populated areas, not only in the US, but in North and South America. I had a backup, a video in case something went wrong with the live test. Let's talk about our consumer business a little bit, because again, those of you who have been following the industry, the internet industry, know that the FCC have a report they bring out every year called Measuring Broadband America. And again, we're very pleased and very proud to be able to say that for 2 years in a row, the FCC have found that the Hughesnet service is the best among all ISPs, and I'm not just talking about satellite ISPs, I'm talking about terrestrial ISPs, at exceeding the advertised speeds. And indeed, in the last report, they noted that we were delivering speeds roughly 2 times the speeds that we were advertising. So that was very, very important, and it's part of our belief that what we need to do is to be able to deliver a very high quality of service to our customers, and to give those customers, typically those customers are still the customers that are beyond the range of wired broadband. But our goal is to give those customers a very high quality of service and a very great customer experience. And we've been doing that. If you compare us to the satellite internet providers, there aren't that many, but I'll let you decide who we're comparing ourselves against. In 9 out of 10 of the performance categories, Hughesnet was the best. And in some categories, in terms of delivering consistent speed and performance at all hours of the day, peak hours as well as off-peak hours, we were clearly the best. So our Hughesnet service has already been doing well. We already have 1 million subscribers, and on March the 16th, we're going to open our doors to take orders for Hughesnet Gen 5, which is our latest generation of service using this very latest technology. For that, we're going to have a series of consumer-orientated plans and business-orientated plans that are operating at 25 megabits per second down and 3 megabits per second up. So indeed, we are going to be the only broadband internet provider in the US that is able to offer a service that meets the FCC's definition of broadband from one coast of the United States to the other. We will be the only one, terrestrial, satellite, or any other provider. In terms of data allowances, again, we are taking the innovative step here of not sticking to hard data caps. So all of our plans going forward will give the customer the ability to carry on using all of their applications on the internet, even if they have used the primary part of their data allowance. And all of their applications includes streaming video. So again, we are following some of the trends that you've seen in the wireless industry, and again, we are going to deliver to our customers a great service at high speed with plenty of data to do many of the things, to do all of the things, hopefully, that they want. Outside the US, we work with partners in Canada. So again, those of you familiar with the industry know that Hughesnet is a service partner in Canada. In Brazil, we have launched our own consumer service. So we, again, are leveraging the hosted payload at 65 West, our hosted payload at 65 West. And we started a consumer service in Brazil in the middle of 2016. And again, I can tell you that the acceptance, the adoption of that service has gone extremely well. And today we have approximately 40,000 subscribers, Hughesnet subscribers in our Brazilian service. And again, the rate of growth of that business is very impressive right now. In Mexico, we have another partner called Star Group. And as we look forward, we're bringing Colombia and Peru online with EchoStar 19 in March. And we have Peru and Chile and Ecuador and Bolivia that will have coverage. We're at the moment in the process of either finding partners or finalizing our plans for the direct launch of Hughesnet services in some of those countries. Over and above just subscribers at home, consumers at home, obviously these days everybody wants to use the internet wherever they are. And the aero market is a growing market. And in conjunction with the enhancements to our Jupiter system, we are announcing here at the show that we have a new aero system. We have been involved in a partnership with Gilat to produce a joint KU and KA band antenna, which we think is pivotal to opening up the balance, as it were, of the aero market. We have a new modem, which is AirInc compatible, and this is capable of delivering up to 400 megabits per second into an individual airplane. And that is going to be available in the second half of this year. If you take what we're doing today with our new KA band footprint, we have a KU band service that we're operating with for our partner, Global Eagle. We're now adding our KA band coverage to that in the Americas. And indeed, tomorrow, we expect to be making an important announcement about that KA band service with some other partners that are going to help to drive that business forward. In other markets, again, we're announcing a new cellular backhaul service, some enhancements to our Jupiter system that accelerate LTE traffic. Again, that is an important and key part of the system that is available not only in our footprint, but to sell to operators around the world. Very powerful performance, 200 megabits per second, and large numbers of TCP connections to support that business. In the government and enterprise market, we're also announcing a service called Hughes HTS. Hughes HTS leverages the high throughput satellites that we have, we are creating service packages. In this world, we'll be operating at 50 megabits per second by 5 megabits per second in some of our service plans. And we will be operating that service in conjunction with security appliances, which allow the customer to create VPNs and to ensure that they have the right firewalls and the right range of security solutions to meet the needs of their enterprises. The Hughes HDS service will also leverage what we call our active technologies, which are a suite of technologies that we've built for the terrestrial business. And that provides quality of service management, other performance management in the network, but also more importantly is an SD-WAN compatible set of technologies. So the latest active technology, which we call Active Path, will be able to incorporate the Hughes HTS satellite transport. So finally, we're the trusted industry partner. We, as you know, have been working with OneWeb. We are investors in OneWeb, and more importantly, we are building the gateway technologies, all of the gateways, I should say, for the OneWeb system that are going to be deployed all over the world. We're also working in the context of the user terminal on certain projects. We've worked with all of the leading mobile satellite companies, and we are the trusted partner from the point of view of the Jupiter system for all of the leading operators around the world.